Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today we'll be working on fractions. Fractions actually feel very confusing for many students, right? But today I'll promise you that fractions will finally make some sense. Okay, let's start. So first question that arises in our mind is what is a fraction? So let's understand what a fraction really is. A fraction basically means a part of a whole. So when we write down the definitions also, right, or when the teachers are explaining, they say that a part of a whole. That is the most important line set by every teacher. A part of a whole, right? But what exactly does that mean? So imagine if you have a whole pizza, okay, and I divide this pizza into four equal parts, those four equal parts, right? And this each part, if I shade this one part here, I will be calling this as a fraction. Now, does this make some sense to you? Because fractions are part of a whole. So, what is a whole here? Whole is the whole pizza. And what is a part? Part is that one part that I have shaded, right? So, one whole is equal to how many equal parts? Four equal parts here, right? And when we talk about only one part, only one, the shaded part, then we call that as a fraction. Make some sense, right? Okay, now in fraction we have two important terms that are very much used when we say fractions, right? So fractions basically has two important parts. The one is called as numerator and the other one is called as denominator. Now if like something clicking in your mind, what is a numerator and what is a denominator? Yes. Now let's look at this fraction. 1 by 4. The number that you see in the top will be called as the numerator. What is it? It's a numerator. And what the number at the bottom will be called as the denominator. Now what does this numerator tells us? Numerator tells us that how many parts we take. How many parts we take. Okay, and what does the denominator tells us? How many equal parts the thing has been divided into. Okay, what is it still? How many equal parts, how many equal parts the whole is divided. So if I read this fraction 1 by 4, what is it telling me? It is telling that I am talking about only one part, but my whole thing has been divided into four total equal parts. So how we can summarize? We can say numerator is parts taken, right? And what is a denominator? Denominator is total parts. So if I eat one slice out of four slices, how much I'm eating? I'm eating 1/4. If I'm eating two slices out of four total parts or total slices, how many I'm eating? I'm eating 2/4, right? Understanding this? Now, in fractions, we have many examples. You can say 2 by 3, you can say 3 by 5, you can say 5 by 7, 11 by 13. There are a number of examples we can have, right? So if a shape is divided into three equal parts, let's say I have a chocolate, okay? I have a chocolate and this chocolate has been divided into three equal parts. Yeah, and I take how many? I take two. Let's say I am eating two parts like this. I'm eating two parts. So what will my fraction become? It's 2 by 3. Why? Because I am taking only two parts, but the whole thing has been divided into three equal parts. Now you have to notice something very important here. What is that? All parts must be equal. In a fraction, this has to be the key line, that all parts must be equal. Without that, you cannot call anything as a fraction. Let's say if I have a chocolate bar and I divide this into one part like this and one part like this and one part like this. Can I make a fraction out of here? No, that would be wrong. Why? Because in fractions, the key line is that all parts must be equal. If the parts are not equal, it is not a fraction. Okay, and this is the key point whenever you are writing down a fraction. Okay. Now, fractions are everywhere in life, right? We eat a chocolate, we divide chocolates. We eat apples, we cut down the apples into pieces. We eat pizzas, we make sections in the pizzas. We eat cakes, we divide cakes also into 4 equal parts, 8 equal parts. All of them, what they're using fractions. So if you break a chocolate into 8 pieces and you eat 3 pieces out of it, you have eaten how many? You have eaten 3/8. Make some sense, right? Okay, now let me ask you a few questions. Let's say I have a circle and it's been divided into 3 equal parts, and I'm shading one part of it. Can you guess what would be the fraction? Great, that would be 1 by 3. That makes perfect sense, right? Now if I have a chocolate bar and I'm dividing that chocolate bar into 4 equal parts, and I am eating 2 pieces of it, how much I have eaten? I have eaten 2/4. Good. So what fraction is shaded here? 1/3 and 2/4. Did you get it right? If you got it right, great, great job. If not, don't worry. Learning takes time, right? So if fractions finally are making some sense to you, you are actually in the very, very right place. So more easy videos, more easy maths videos are coming. Keep learning, and I'll see you in the next lesson.